Take a deep breath. I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
You are giving me a hard time. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to Thanksgiving, and you're with me, buddy. Okay? I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy.
So you give me license registration.
I'm not giving you.
And a police officer, you can get arrested for that.
What's that?
You have to give me a license.
Give me your sergeant here.
Nope, that's how
I'll give your sergeant my.
Nope.
Yeah,
so,
yes.
So here's the deal, sir.
I'm requesting a sergeant.
That's not a policy.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where we would talk about police interactions to make sure you know your rights as a citizen and also understand the legal rules for filming in public. We're highlighting some very important cases today. You'll find links to each creator's channel in the video description. Be sure to subscribe to them, watch their others' videos, and don't forget to subscribe to mine as well. Now let's jump into our first video and we'll talk more later.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This video I'm going to show you is me getting pulled over the day before Thanksgiving. I had to cut half the video because I really got upset on this cop. Just the way it went down. He pinpointed me at the toll and made eye contact with me. He was the only person he's seen because all the other cars are in the 4 or 5 lanes over going to the easy pass thing there. I pulled the stop to pay $1 and make eye contact with him. He pulled me over about 4 miles up the highway, 5 miles up the highway. Said I was speeding, and he was full of crap, so I really gave it to him. So because of that, I could only, upload half the video. But it was crazy, people. Like I said, the day before Thanksgiving, so I was pretty pissed off at this guy interrupting me during my travels as I'm following traffic. Everybody was doing the same amount of speed. And just check it out, man. Without further ado, let's get into this video and show you what I'm talking about. And you'll see how nasty I get with these cops. Well, one cop, and then he called his buddy for backup. But that's in the second part of it that ain't gonna be shown. But here we go, people.
Move your fucking thing.
How you doing?
Good.
State police, just you're being recorded. I got a body camera on.
Yeah,
why'd you registration on you for?
Why'd you pull me over?
Yes, the reason for the stop, sir, today is your speed.
Don't even tell me speeding, Chuck. Hey, listen, I was following traffic. You pinpointed me.
This stop is exactly why people get frustrated with cops. The driver was just going with the flow of traffic, not doing anything reckless, yet the trooper picked him out of the crowd. It feels like a classic case of, I need to write a ticket, so let me find someone. The driver was understandably pissed. He wasn't doing anything different than the other cars, but he's the one who gets pulled over? That's enough to ruin anyone's day, especially right before Thanksgiving. From the start, the driver stands his ground. He knows his rights and isn't about to roll over just because a cop says so. He immediately calls out the officer's weak excuse for pulling him over and demands a sergeant, which is smart because it puts pressure on the cop to justify his actions. You can tell the trooper wasn't expecting pushback. He tries to use the usual intimidation tactics, but the driver doesn't budge. He makes it clear that he records cops for a living, which probably threw the officer off even more. The fact that he had dash cams and rear cams just proves he wasn't afraid of the truth coming out. If he was really speeding, the footage would show it and he could take it to court. But instead of admitting this stop was weak, the cop doubles down and threatens arrest. This is why people don't trust law enforcement. Instead of protecting and serving, they're out here pulling people over for nonsense, ruining their day, and expecting blind obedience. The driver wasn't having it, and honestly, you can't blame him.
You can call it that. Why, what's up?
Just wondering, this is a secure part of the parking lot for law enforcement vehicles. It's not secure, there's no fence, but...
Yeah, no, because I was just looking there. There's no even restricted signs out here at all.
No,
what's the name of the badge number, sir?
I'm Deputy Commander Waltmeyer.
Waltmeyer?
6'9".
6'9", okay. Yeah, like I was saying, there's no, restricted signs or anything even. Not even just the gate. It's not even a sign out.
Gotcha. So what are you working on then?
I'm just documenting today, creating, basically gathering content for a story. I went over to the coroner's office over there. I seen him.
Okay.
So,
Are you with a particular publication or?
I really don't want to give out any information like that, Sheriff, respectfully. I'm just, like I say, just want to be able to do exactly what I'm doing unmolested, and we'll be good to go.
Okay. What's your name?
I don't want to give that at this time.
Okay. I mean, I gave my name.
Well,
I know you don't have to. But...
Well, it's right there. There you go. So I'm just exercising rights today. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, this is a controlled area, even if it's not secured.
Controlled?
So it's controlled as in the sheriff's office controls who goes in and out of this area.
Okay.
So if you wanted to go over to like the public side, where the public parking lot,
yeah, actually, I'm
lobby.
gonna get all of it. Right now, I'm just documenting the vehicles. These taxpayer public vehicles, obviously. And
sure.
just want to be able to do that, because like I said, there's no restricted sign. You guys definitely, if you want to keep people out, you guys should put up a fence, man. It's wide open right now. So
I know there's costs associated with that, obviously, and you gotta get it through the county board and all of that stuff.
Oh, y'all definitely got the money though. I mean, if you bring it up costs, so
Okay, gotcha. Would I be able to get you to head over to the lobby area or the front area, one of the more publicly accessible areas?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just after I get my shots, I definitely head over. I'm not done documenting and gathering my content.
Well, I mean, if there's information you're looking for on the squad cars, you can fill out a Freedom of Information request.
Yeah, I'm going to do one of those as well.
Okay.
But I just want to get some actual shots of the inside of the vehicles and make sure everything looks like it's up to par. We don't see any illegals or anything in there,
What do you mean by illegals?
Well, anything that's illegal, you know what I mean? Drugs or dead bodies and things like that. Being sarcastic and just trying to see if you got a sense of humor, but you get what I'm saying.
I just didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't I have you head over to the public area though? This is like I said, this is a controlled area. The sheriff's office does have the ability to control who's in this parking lot area.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying,
at this point, if you don't have any business like working on the cars, like doing actual function check for the electronics or something like that,
right?
Then there's no need for you to be.
Well, I'm actually like checking the tires and stuff too to make sure that they're they're up to par.
You're not a contractor with the sheriff's office. It sounds like, correct?
Well, I don't need to be. No, I don't need to be to exercise that right.
Well, for us to be comfortable with people coming in and out of the area, right? What I'm saying is that, if anybody just comes in here, we don't know what they're doing necessarily.
Well, I just explained it, Sheriff. I just respectfully, I did just explain to you exactly what I was doing.
What I'm saying though is that we consider this a controlled area. If you have not been invited to this area for the purposes of working on a car or doing something else with the sheriff's office, I just ask that you step over towards the front end, the public parking lot or the front lobby.
Like I said, and again, I'm definitely going to. If you want to, just to make sure you're doing everything correctly. If you want to call, you guys have a sergeant or some sort, or
I'm the deputy commander. So
okay, so who's over you?
The commander.
Okay, well, can you get him or her out here?
He's out of town.
Well,
the next person's the undersheriff. He drove away as I was pulling in for lunch.
Okay.
All right, so here's the situation. The person is just out there filming public vehicles in a parking lot. They're not breaking any laws, not being disruptive, just gathering content for a story. They mention that the parking lot doesn't have any no entry or restricted signs, so technically it seems like public property. The deputy, though, insists it's a controlled area, which means the sheriff's office is managing who gets access. Now, the thing is, if something's considered public property and isn't specifically restricted, you usually have the right to be there, especially if you're just observing and documenting. In this case, the deputy is trying to say that because it's controlled, the person isn't allowed to be there without permission. But here's where it gets tricky. Without clear signs, or any kind of actual law that says you can't be there, it's hard to just tell someone to leave based on control. The First Amendment gives the right to gather content for a story in public spaces, which is key here, and while the deputy has his point about control, it doesn't necessarily override the constitutional rights unless there's a legal reason, like a specific restriction on the property. It's all about balance, right? The officer wants to ensure security, but at the same time, the person filming has the right to gather information in public spaces as long as they're not interfering with official duties or breaking laws. It's definitely one of those gray areas that can get heated, but understanding both sides of it helps in keeping things calm and respectful.
You've got one of two choices.
Oh, I do. So you told me I have.
Officer, have one of two choices. You can respect my civil rights, or you can violate my civil rights. Which one's it going to be? I'm standing here with this sign, and I'm going to stand here. God put it in my heart. I'm not going anywhere. And you're not getting my ID. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start recording. I'm going to get my phone out right here, okay?
See this?
Yeah.
I'm recording. Okay, so what are we doing?
God bless the homeless veterans.
I heard you the first time. Why don't you answer my question? What are you doing?
God bless the homeless veterans.
All right, you need to go somewhere else
Why is that?
because you can't solicit here on the front on the property.
God bless the homeless veterans.
God bless them too. And have a nice day. I'm a veteran myself. Move.
God bless the homeless veterans.
ID, please.
For what?
Did I just tell you to move?
Why are you telling me?
Because you can't be here.
Why?
Because I said.
Just because you said?
Yeah, you're on city property.
Yeah, I am.
Are you soliciting money?
God bless the homeless veterans.
Again, what are you doing?
God bless the homeless veterans. God.
I can read.
Shh, shh, shh. Listen to me.
You're fixing to piss me off.
I don't give a damn shit off that.
Really?
God is pissing you off, have any kind of relevance on whether what I'm doing?
Yeah, you can't be here.
Chill it out.
No, I'm not chilling it out.
De-escalate and calm down.
No, I already
Back
told
off
you
a
what you
little.
need to do.
Back off a little before you make a big mistake.
Big mistake, really?
Yeah.
No.
Let me
You're
show you.
making a mistake.
You're
sir.
asking me what I'm doing. I've
Yep.
told you how many times.
You didn't tell me.
God bless
I can read.
the homeless veterans. Now, do you understand what I'm doing?
Oh, you want to play that game, really?
Do you understand what I'm doing? I am standing
No, I
on
don't
a
know
public
what you're doing.
sidewalk
You didn't tell
in
me
front
what
of
you're
City
doing.
Hall.
You keep telling me what's on your sign. You didn't tell me
God
what you're doing.
bless the homeless veterans. What do you not get about that? You got one of two choices.
Oh, I do. So
You,
you're telling me I have
officer, have one of two choices. You can respect my civil rights, or you can violate my civil rights. Which one's it going to be? Which one's it going to be? It's a simple choice. You can violate my civil rights, or you can protect my civil rights. I'm standing here with this sign, and I'm going to stand here. God put it in my heart. I'm not going anywhere. And you're not getting my ID. You got one of two choices.
Okay.
You can respect my
Well, let me
constitutional
go tell you
rights.
this.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go tell the mayor, and when the mayor comes out here to tell you to leave and you refuse, then I'm going to arrest you.
All right, if I refuse.
Okay? Yes, if you refuse.
Even though I'm engaged in constitutional
It doesn't
protected activity,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
No, it
I'm
does
standing on a
not.
public sidewalk in front of
Because
City
you're
Hall.
allowed to move.
I
You're
can-
allowed to leave.
I'm going to stay
You're
here.
being told.
I'm gonna stay. If the mayor comes out and tells me to leave under threat of arrest, I'll leave.
Be right back.
This is a constitutionally protected activity. I can't believe this.
All right, well, I just got off the phone
Yes, sir.
making a phone call. And
Yes,
the
sir.
thing is, you're actually on government property.
Right, I'm on
Okay.
City Hall property.
Yes. We have the right, the City Hall, and me as being part of the city, can ask you to leave the property. Okay? We have that right. We own this thing. The city owns it. All right? So the city employee, it's myself, people that work in there, has asked you to leave and you refuse.
Okay, if you want me to leave,
And
I'll
you
leave.
And you refuse. Let me explain myself before you go any further.
Okay.
Because you're very confrontational. You want to tell me what I can and can't do, and you told me if I violate your rights, I'm gonna be, I don't know, in trouble, I guess. Well, let me explain this to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm a vet as myself.
All right.
I understand what you're doing. That's fine.
Mhm.
They don't want you here on city property. It's government run. All right. You understand that? I hope you're getting all this because that way you can review it and understand it later.
This situation is a great example of why knowing your rights is so important, especially when dealing with police. The person filming knew they were allowed to record in public. It's their First Amendment right, and didn't let the officers push them around with unnecessary questions. They kept things calm, but made it clear they weren't going to answer anything they didn't have to. The officers said they were responding to a call, but it didn't sound like there was any crime involved. Asking about the fire or why the person was filming seemed more like fishing for something to pin on them than addressing a real issue. And let's be honest, 4 officers showing up for someone with a camera, that feels like overkill. It makes you wonder if this was really about checking in or something else entirely. The person handled it well, though. They stayed polite but stood their ground, reminding the officers that as long as they weren't breaking any laws, they had every right to be there. They even pointed out that the call could have been based on bias, which is sadly something a lot of people deal with. In the end, the police backed off and the person continued doing what they had every right to do. It's a solid reminder. If you know your rights and stay calm, you can handle these kinds of situations without letting things get out of control. Always good to know the law and stand up for yourself when you need to.
Got it.
I just ask that you please move along, okay? I really don't want to have to do paperwork and all that other stuff, all right?
What paperwork we're going to do? This is a public sidewalk. I mean, people walk by here all the time with cameras.
I understand that, but you're sitting here directly taking pictures of this structure.
Yeah, which is, I was recording the you know, the limits, the lost ticket signs, the private property, which is beyond this right here.
Private.
This right here
No,
is.
this is also considered.
No, this is a
private.
public sidewalk right here.
Okay, I am asking. You're taking pictures of private property. The private.
Yeah,
owner
from a
of this
public
property
space.
does not want pictures taken of them. Okay.
Okay, what's your name? And badge number?
I don't have a badge number.
What's your name?
I don't have to give you my name.
Yes,
All
you do.
Have to know
You're a public
is that
servant.
I'm security. Okay. They hired this company to protect this building and its assets.
Okay,
all
do you have a
right?
phone number from your company?
You can look it up, sir. I don't.
So you
have a
can't write it
phone.
for me?
I would have to go to my car and find a phone number for you, which I'm more than happy to do, but I'm asking that you stop taking pictures of this particular structure.
I won't stop. That's what I do. I take pictures of everywhere around downtown. That's what I do.
That is fine, okay?
So I was just passing by, taking pictures of this place right here and that place right there, and I was going to be out of here in a public space.
Okay, but you're taking pictures of private property.
In a public space.
That poses a safety risk. All I'm asking is that you not take pictures. That's it. That's all.
I'm going to continue taking pictures. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Belong?
Okay.
But I'm going to continue taking pictures everywhere around here. Even this little alley, I could take pictures from this public area.
You cannot because this is
Oh, yes, I can.
private property.
We've heard enough of this dumb lady that doesn't know anything about a public sidewalk compared to private property. She calls the cops. Let's get into the police interaction.
I'm good, and you? What's your name and badge number?
What's up?
What's your name and badge number, please?
Reeves, 104046.
All right, and yours?
Federico, 103073.
All right, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, I don't have any issues with you filming.
Yeah, but just filming in public, that's about it.
Exactly. Just on the sidewalk, you're good to go.
I was on the sidewalk right there.
All right, cool.
So that's all I was doing.
Yeah. Just concerned.
All right, cool. All right.
Have a good one.
You too.
The First Amendment in the U.S. Constitution guarantees important freedoms like religion, expression, assembly, and the right to petition. It also includes the right to record things that are important to the public, a way of expressing and gathering information. Recording the police and public isn't just a right, it's a necessary tool in a democratic society that values being open and accountable. But having this right comes with some risks. The video of the auditor and the police officers shows that it can lead to conflicts. The auditor wanted to test how far they could use their First Amendment rights, but the police often see these actions as challenging or getting in the way. A big question is, do police officers really know about people's rights to record in public? The video suggests that some officers might not understand or accept these rights. This lack of understanding can lead to conflicts like the one in the video, where the auditor questions the officers about the laws on public recording and trespassing. Citizen audits like the one in the video are crucial for asking for more transparency and accountability in law enforcement. By recording interactions with police and asking about their understanding of public recording laws, citizens can point out areas where police training and public education might be lacking. These audits also act like citizen journalism, bringing up issues that might not be noticed otherwise. In a time where social media makes voices louder, these initiatives can lead to important changes in society and policies. During these confrontations, the limits of free speech and the patience of everyone involved are tested. While it's important to use and protect our First Amendment rights, it's also crucial to understand the tough position police officers are often in. The key is finding a balance where citizens can use their rights without getting in the way of police work. The video isn't just about a conflict, it shows an ongoing conversation about civil rights in public spaces. It points out the need for better education and training for police about First Amendment rights and for citizens to understand the challenges faced by police officers. In the end, the goal should be to create an environment where using our rights doesn't lead to conflicts, but instead helps everyone understand and respect the law and civil rights. As digital platforms keep changing, they'll play a big role in this conversation, being both a tool for activism and a way to understand each other. If you like this video and believe in defending civil rights, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with your friends and family. Your support can really make a difference in spreading awareness.